everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Hector at Home, the Kids Edition. Today we're going to be looking at an artist from the museum's collection. Now let's take a closer look at Oldenburg's work, Flying Pizza. So this is actually a print, which we would call in longer form, printmaking, when an artist can make multiple prints or copies of their work. You can kind of think of it like a stamp where you can keep re-inking the same thing and then making multiple copies of it. Oldenburg is a very famous artist, especially known for his work during the 60s and 70s. So this was during the pop art movement. So pop art is actually short for popular art. So when it came to this art movement, artists were taking things that people knew in everyday life or popular brand names that everybody knew and were creating art after that. So think of brands like Coca-Cola or Campbell soup, taking things that people were used to seeing all the time and making them special by turning them into art. Looking back again at what Oldenburg did in his print, we can see that for his object, he chose a pizza, which is something that we're used to seeing all the time, and it's something that we love. But have you guys ever seen a flying pizza before? I don't think so. Oldenburg is taking this pizza and making it fly, which is an abstract way to think of storytelling. So it's almost as if he's making a character out of the pizza and making it do an action that is totally different that you would see in the real world, making it abstract. So for today's project, we're going to be taking inspiration from Oldenburg's work and style, and we're going to be making our own flying artwork. So what I want you guys to think about, what are some popular brands or names that you know today? What are some everyday things that you can make into something special inside of your artwork today? So for me, what I'm going to be using are Teddy Grams. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how I did that and add a little bit of pizza into the mix too. For today's project, these are materials that we'll be using. Everyone will need a white piece of paper. You're going to need a pencil with an eraser to sketch with, scissors, some tape, and your choice of coloring material. I'll be using colored pencils today, but you can feel free to use crayons or markers or colored pencils too. When you guys are thinking of what you would like to draw, you might even want to go around your own house and see what you have that you're used to seeing all the time and choose it as the subject for your art project today. So for me, when I think of my favorite brands, especially from when I was a kid, I think of Teddy Grams. The first thing I want to think about is, how am I going to make my Teddy Gram fly? Do I want it to just be flying in the air on its own, or do I want to give it something that is actually making it fly? So what I think I'm going to do today is I'm going to have my Teddy Gram parachuting out of a plane. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch that out and then show you guys what I did. All right, so this is the end of my sketch. You guys can see that I included my teddy bear right in the center there, and we can see he has a very startled expression because he is very scared of flying. We can see I made the parachute and then as well as the clouds in the background so we can tell that our bear is in the sky. So I'm gonna go ahead and color this in and then meet you guys there. Okay guys, so I finished coloring in my original sketch and we can see that I made it nice and colorful and I filled up the entire page so that there are no white spots left except for my clouds. So now we're going to be going into the last part of our project, which is including our pizza. So you guys can do this in a number of different ways and I'm going to show you a few different examples. For your pizza, you can choose to have a regular cheesy slice, or we can get really creative and imaginative and think of all different kinds that we can make. Here's some examples. Here we have one of my favorites, which is an extra cheesy pizza with peppers and mushrooms. So this is obviously a realistic pizza, but we can do something really different. If we want to get even more creative, we can do something like an artsy pizza, and we can see that it has all these different paint swatches on it, and even the drips are multicolored. We can also play around with the sizes depending on what your drawing looks like. So you can make them tiny, you can make them big, you can make them medium sized. It all depends on what you want your drawing to look like. So we can also have what looks to be like a regular pizza, but then we can see that these pepperoni slices are a bit cuter than a normal sliced pizza, and they're shaped like hearts. And last up is our slimiest pizza. We can see that it is definitely not a everyday pizza with those purple spotties on it and all of those drips that are coming off that really make it look radioactive. Eat at your own risk. Now you guys can make just one slice of pizza, or if you have a lot of ideas, you can make multiple slices. And with our tape, we can make that into a roll, put it on the back, and then we can experiment with putting our pizza in all different angles, all different places, and we can also see which size works the best. So we're gonna take a piece of tape, does not have to be too big, and with the sticky side facing up, you are going to start rolling it and tape it to itself, and then you have a sticky roll. We're going to take this, put it on the back of our pizza, and then position it wherever we want. So I'm gonna start off here. I think I could pick a different place. Let's try over here. Let's try one more. I don't know if this one's it. Maybe let's try one more slice. So I'm gonna take my tape roll off, and I think I'm in a little bit more of a cute mood. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my tape roll on this one. And I think that's the spot. All right, everyone, we now have our finished project inspired by Oldenburg's Flying Pizza, and we have our very own flying project. So I chose the Teddygram with my heart pepperoni pizza, but I'm very excited to see what you guys come up with your own unique ideas. So if you do decide to make this project, please take a picture, upload it to social media, and make sure to tag the Heckscher Museum so we can see all of the wonderful work that you create. We'll see you guys again next time for the next episode of Heckscher at Home, the Kids Edition. Thank you. Bye.